Thanks, Latangela. This week we want to present a horror film that co-stars the great McNutt. Us baby boomers will remember him as the kiddie cartoon show host every Saturday morning.
But that has nothing to do with this film.
Yep, I know, but he also played Jesse James in the last Three Stooges movie.
But this film took its topic straight out of the current newspapers of the time.
And it won an Emmy for buzzing sounds.
And of course, it had to be Mardi Gras just to throw in some extra chaos.
It was so popular that a sequel was made 2 years later that was called Terror Out of the Sky. But it wasn't made here, so it really sucked.
While the film was only shown in the U.S. on television, it was released internationally in theaters.
So let's flash back to 1976 for the TV movie Savage Bees. When a swarm of killer bees from South America threatens New Orleans during Mardi Gras, a coroner, a two-lane entomologist, and a sheriff from a nearby parish are called upon to capture the swarm and save the city. This was the basic plot of the 1976 made-for-TV film Savage Bees, directed by Bruce Geller and starring Michael Parks, Ben Johnson, Gretchen Corbett, and James Best.
Some kind of bugs killed Seth?
Bees. It's a stinger.
What makes you think there's something special about this one?
Scores of Brazilians were killed when they were attacked by swarms of the so-called Africanized bees. The Africanized bees attack when annoyed by color or sound.
It's the eeriest, most frightening thing I ever heard.
Close your doors and windows.
A parade of local stars appeared in the film, including Wayne Mack, a popular star of local TV and radio, known to many baby boomers as the Great McNutt. Of course, the cast also included thousands of live local honeybees posing as Africanized killer bees. Savage Bees was shot entirely on location in and around New Orleans over 3 weeks in September of 1976. As is common in many of the movies shot in New Orleans, it's Mardi Gras, and the city's winding down its festivities. As the film reaches its climax, extras are seen on the streets with ashes on their foreheads. This means it's Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent and the end of Mardi Gras for another year. The most memorable scenes of the film involve a Volkswagen Beetle covered with live bees driving down the narrow streets of the French Quarter. The car continues through the Central Business District and into the Superdome, making its first cinematic appearance. The plot then calls for the dome's AC system to chill out the bees to allow the swarm to be captured. Locals thought the scenes were rather ironic since the year-old Superdome had continual problems with their cooling system. Dr. Norman Gary was the bee wrangler who trained the bees that appeared in the film. He also had a small part as a tractor driver who's attacked by killer bees and dives into a pond to safety. Dr. Gary used droplets of bee pheromone on the car surfaces and then released thousands of disoriented bees that clustered onto the car. While driving through the French Quarter, hundreds of bees flew from the car and were temporarily lost in the area. In an interview, Dr. Gary said that immediately after the director would yell "cut," he and his assistant would roam up and down the streets, each carrying a large cross held high and covered with pheromone to capture the stragglers. Prior to shooting, they cleared people and horse-drawn carriages from the street. He added that there was no public safety hazard and the bees were harmless because honeybees sting to defend their hive and are not inclined to sting when released in unfamiliar locations away from their hive. Savage Bees only screened on television in North America. When it premiered on November the 22nd, 1976, opposite Monday Night Football, its ratings made it the 6th most watched show of the week, positioned between episodes of two of the most popular shows of the time, Happy Days and MASH. It did not appear on international television, but instead was released to the theaters. producing these great movie posters. In 2010, while researching a Louisiana poster that we had acquired for our collection, we realized there was almost no documentation on the thousands of films that had been made here since 1898. That's when the first production company came to Louisiana. As collectors of Louisiana movie posters for over 40 years, Sue and I decided to use our personal collection to go on a quest to bring awareness to this problem. Since that time, we've written 6 books on Louisiana film history, recreated over 90 classic Louisiana film prints, given dozens of presentations and exhibits around the state. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Louisiana Film History Flashback. If you're interested in acquiring any of our material, want more information on our projects, or want to know how you can help us in this fight to preserve our film history, go to our website, Hollywood on the Bayou. We thank you and see you next time.